everybody, I am Alpha Bird. Welcome back to a new Steel Division 2 game. Today we've got another featured match for Toulon. This time we're up against the French, but it is not the brand new Free French. It's the prisoned French, the second French armoured. I believe that's the right division to be Blindee, yeah. We're playing Toulon on balance. We're up against Maverick. So the idea is to hold throughout the early part of the game and then push in C phase. We're going to be under the cosh, I imagine, A and B phase. If we can hold out, we can then push back for flags. Now, I believe I'm on the worst side of the map for this game, so that doesn't help me as well with Maverick. I'm going to look at my orders now, and then we're going to go into some live commentary later on. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments as always. And thanks very much for watching. I think YouTube are releasing some new feature where you can say, you can provide a donation. So if you enjoy videos and you want to say thanks and help me to create videos, then feel free to do that. It's down below in the toolbar area. Right, let's go from left to right. In terms of my overall defense, it's just a kind of defense across all areas. I've got a little bit more on the right hand side than I have in other areas because I'm expecting an attack through the right. I think usually an opponent will attack through the center, but it's much harder to defend the center from this area. And they can also attack through the right, but it's easier to defend the right. So we've got a few more units on the right than in the center. So early on, we've got two MG42s. We'll start off with those. Unfortunately as well, I didn't quite catch the orders exactly, so they are a little bit further forwards. So the MG42s, because I've got fast traction vehicles, I can afford to get these into the compounds. If I was in normal transports, I don't think they'd quite make it, especially this one here, into these compounds. I don't think they'd make it, so I'd kind of try to get into this compound and hold it there. But with the fast attractions, they can make it. We've also got some Pack 177s here, the little Italian Pack 177s. One of them's going here to try and hold the bridge, and one of them's going in here. Usually I wouldn't put an AT gun into this kind of forest, but because I'm again in a traction vehicle, I feel like it can get up here. Usually if I'm going with an AT gun into this kind of area, I'm going to be dropping it off here or dropping it off somewhere here and walking it through on foot. But the little Italian pack gun in the traction, it can make it. So that's what we're going to play for. What else do we have here? Let's pick up the supporting weaponry first. We've got a Pack 36 and an SIG. So the Pack 36 is coming up here onto the top of this hill. Again, a good place for a pack gun to provide overwatch onto this road. And then the SIG is coming down here to provide the supporting vehicle. I think I've got that the right way round. Let me just check. Apologies, wrong way round. So the SIG is coming up onto the top to help out against the infantry, and the pack gun is coming into this position here to try and snipe any vehicles in this area. Then we've got all of our infantry. We've got two Brandenburgers and two Sekirungs. So I believe the Sekirungs are going to these positions here to utilize the AT rifle at 500 meters. They can get some half-track snipes. And then the Brandenburgers are to come in to hold the heavy forest. They're 2-star infantry. They can do the job of holding pretty well with their infantry units. So that's why I'm using the Brandenburgers in those positions. And then finally, the unit we've not touched yet, the Stug 3Gs, just to come into here to help out as well against any vehicle engagements in this center part of the map. I've got two SIGs up on the hill to provide HE fire against this central position, and I think an early SIG or an early AT gun, you know, start up on this hill is really good for this map on the blue side. You know, a Flak 88 up here, it really can start to shut down the area. You do have to be a bit wary about an aircraft coming in because it's happened to me in the past. I've put a heavy vehicle up here like an ISU, particularly good in this kind of area, and then somebody's just brought a cluster bomber just straight through. Obviously I've had no early AA. Most people don't tend to start with early AA, so that can happen. Over onto the right hand side, We've got an MG42. I'm trying to get into really advanced positions here with the MG42 and the PAC 177 to try and snipe any early engagement. I don't actually think that MG42 makes it, or it might do, but it's in real trouble. We've got a Sekirungs going into this kind of position. I'm using it in the light forest because it has the AT rifle, so it can kind of hold the flag. It's got some decent cover. It can engage at range and use the AT rifle if a half-track tries to come close. I've got a Flak 3820. Also, that Sekirungs is actually protecting the Flak 3820 as well from any rush with a half-track or with a tank, you know, a light tank, something like that. It's got the Flak 3820 in here to provide ground support in the area, but also to provide against any aircraft cover coming in, and it's pretty cheap to do that. I've got a KM Marine Infantry coming across just to protect this flag here. I've got another Flak 3820 to do the same kind of job, get up some early AA. Remember, my tactic is to try and establish air dominance from the very start of the game as well. And then I've got a Sekirungs and a KM Führer as well coming into this position. Kind of surprised I don't have a Brandenburger coming in here to sit in this heavy forest here. It might be an early call-in, but yeah, I'm kind of surprised I didn't do that. I may have been low on points. I've spent quite a lot, especially on SRGs. I've brought in 3 SRGs costing 150 points, a PAC 36R, that's 200 points over here, and a Stug 3G, so quite expensive actually. Over here into the centre and the left, despite having more units, I would say on the right, they're cheaper units, whereas most of my more expensive units are to protect the centre. Right, I'm going to move into some live commentary. Hopefully you enjoy the game. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And yeah, have fun. We're up against the second Blindee. So interesting that it's the second Blindee and not the newly released first Free French forest fighting infantry. Maverick income, so we're going to have to hold early. I'm imagining a push into the centre because these 2 flags are easy to take, and then that's 2, and you can only sneak the left and the right. I think this is, in my opinion, I think this might be the worst side of the map. I just think those 2 are really easy to take. The left you can just sneak quite easily, and the right as well, and that can give you 4 flags really early on. So that's kind of an opinion. Yeah, they are making their way into the forest. I'm going to try and be a bit... well, we are going to be defensive. I wasn't expecting him to get in so quick with that vehicle. I'm guessing he's got tractions as well. So I'm going to try and get these back. Ooh, Spahi, that's exactly what we want to hit with that unit. Oh yeah, big left push. Is he just going to rush me on the left?
Weder Freund noch Feind, nur lohnende Ziele.
I think this map is reasonable for... wow, he's got so many M42s. He's doing a bit of an armoured rush here, I think.
Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel.
So we're going to have to bear that in mind. I think... oh god, he's got so many units on the field. They are all armoured units though, so as long as we can shoot them. We can bring a Stug up on the hill.
Jawohl, Kommandant. Lass mich raus! Ich will da raus! Lass mich gehen!
So we just need to fight a little bit at long range. Ah, yeah, the MG is going to go down, and we are going to lose the Sekirungs, I think. Let's get a Brandenburg in. I think it's my only hope.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt! Unten bleiben!
Okay, we should beat those flamers in the open. The SIG is not in a good position.
Ziel vernichtet. Wir gehen bis zum
I'm going to move
äußersten
that out of the way.
Neue Aufträge?
I'm going to get you up. And I'm going to try and get you forwards. Oh, we are sneaking enough flags to hold the lead right now, though. E-38Js doesn't worry me too much, unless he's targeting that. Yeah. Thought that was going to go down, and that's a bit more of a loss than I would like to take.
Wir sind hier ein leichtes Ziel. Verstanden. Aufspüren und vernichten. Taxi bereit.
I will need to get AA on the field.
Keine Vorkommnisse. Taxi, dort müssen wir hin.
Okay, I'm going to push my Brandenburg down there so I can spot for these Stugs.
Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung.
Volltreffer! Sie ist zerstört!
Don't want them to get into a fight though, especially with the P-38 around.
Marschbereitschaft hergestellt.
I just don't want them to fire close range, so we're just going to reverse them out. I want more anti-air out. I'm going to get the French gun to fight the French. What are these? Light vehicles? That's fine.
Feindgesichtet! Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen! Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt?
Okay, we're going to get some AA out soon. Actually, we could sneak that flag back, because he's just got armoured troops. He's not actually got infantry to hold the ground. And we've got... the raiders will hold the ground. I'm also going to bring in a Flakzwilling. Really going to give him problems on the AA front. Yeah, command goes down. Good stuff. We're doing okay. We're holding him. We're holding him at bay. He does have a cannon in.
Ruhe, herhören.
Verstanden. Aufspüren und vernichten. Ziel vernichtet. Bereit zum Feuern, Kommandant.
Zieh den Arsch an, Hans. Wie lauten Ihre Befehle?
Okay, let's move one of these Stugs onto this hill.
Wahrer Gefechtsgeschwindigkeit.
The other one here.
Sie ist zerstört.
I know he's got infantry behind me, but that's not too much of a concern right now. Just deciding where to put this Flakzwilling. This kind of position's probably best. It's going to expose itself, though. So we'll go there. I'm going to get a plane now as well. Holding him at 1311 is fine for Maverick.
Bereitschaft hergestellt. Rennt zu! Bleibt in Deckung!
Try and push the Securans through to get the half-track kill. I should bring in a replacement infantry unit as well, because those Securans might go down. We can actually use that plane to try and get the half-track kill, and then perhaps bait him over our AA as well. He's got a 14. Just need to hold him for now.
Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle.
Verdammt, ich wurde schwer getroffen!
Horrido!
I want to get an anti-air base up. I really do. Especially because he started with a plane as well.
Infanterie bereit.
Feindgesichtet! Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen!
Come on, fire.
Zur Stelle, Hauptmann.
Damn it. That was pretty unfortunate.
Achtung, der Feind ist in der Nähe.
Sanitäter!
Marsch! Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanken!
Höre Sie laut und deutlich. Ende. Sanitäter!
Taxi, dort müssen wir hin!
Okay, we're going to lose the flamers. Let's try and back away.
Bereit machen! Haha, das hat gesessen. Zum Schützenrodel aufgehen. Mir nach!
Gute Arbeit, Richtschütze!
Jawohl.
An dieser Position müssen wir raus. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Tanks in the center.
Warten auf Feuerkoordinaten.
Victor.
He has some decent infantry in that area. I'm not too worried. Do you know what? I am going to bring a recon unit over there. I'm going to bring in some snipers as well.
Flieger sind Sieger. Verstanden. Bin unterwegs. Zu Befehl, Kommandant. Dreh
That
jetzt.
plane got hit a little bit, so I'm going to bring it back.
Gelben Wagen.
Still 1311, that's fine for now.
Alter Hauptmann.
Okay, taking that Char M4A2 down is going to be it's going to be required. I'm going to bring up a Marder up here as well. What else could we do with? Let's get another pack gun up here. He's got something down there. Do I have anything that can take that? I've got the plane, so I'll just hang on for that.
Ziel vernichtet. Speer zur Stelle.
He's using artillery. Pack gun went down already, so that's not too much of an issue. Oh, sappers versus Brandenburgers. Here goes the grenades. Both sides have grenades, I think. Yes! I think the 2-star vet helped me out there. I'm going to move away from that position though. Okay, let's start things off with more anti-air. It's got artillery. We are going to need to counter battery.
Alle Mann an Deck. Neue Befehle.
Siegpunkt erreicht. Raus mit euch.
Seid vorsichtig, Kameraden.
Taxi, dort müssen wir hin.
Feind in der Nähe. Beschützt die Artillerie.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Oh, double P38. It's on the wrong side.
Wir können nicht mehr.
Okay, he's going to take the bait, I hope.
An Hans.
He's going down.
Verstanden. Bin unterwegs. Viktor. Sanitäter!
Yeah, let's come back. Come back. Come back. Oh, he's going down. I mean, BF-109 is probably going to go down. Yeah, just not close enough. But the P-38's going to fly right over, hopefully.
Klasse. Ziel zerstört.
Yeah, so that goes down as well. Good stuff.
Einsatzbereit. Sanitäter!
Feuerüberlegenheit. Ich will Feuerüberlegenheit.
Hopefully we can take that down.
Der ist hinüber.
Unten bleiben!
Keine Vorkommnisse. Nach hinten ausweichen.
Okay, he's got a 15-9. We need to push back now.
Mich erwischt.
And he's got a lot more stuff over on this right-hand side than I like.
Mir fliegt bald alles in die Luft.
Los geht's, Männer.
The right-hand side worries me a little bit here.
Alle Mann an
This
Deck.
Marder...
Neue Befehle.
Ah, damn it.
Es hat Unteroffizier Stein erwischt. Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur lohnende Ziele.
Ja, Sturmführer.
If I lose that Brandenburg, that's 2 flags down. I'm a little bit worried.
Zu Befehl.
That pack needs to
Ziel
go down.
vernichtet. Jawohl, Herr Kommandant.
Okay, that
Feind
one
in der
did
Nähe.
really
Beschützt
well.
die Artillerie.
Back to a 12-12. Good work. Right, I need to relieve this right-hand side. We've actually got a 13-11, but these 2 Brandenburgs are really under pressure, so it's not good.
Feind in der Nähe. Beschützt die Artillerie. Spähtrupp bereit.
Just hit that half track. I know it's overkill, but it does give me the Focke-Wulf to use later.
Bereit für die Jagd. In Bewegung, macht euch kampfbereit.
Brandenburger zur Stelle.
Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze.
Jagdkampfmänner.
We really need to
Kurze
relieve that side
Feuerplätze.
now. We've got some... I'm going to bring in infantry and then I think an off-map after it.
Sammeln. Befehlsaufgabe.
Klasse, Ziel zerstört.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt!
Feind in der Nähe, beschützt die...
Really want to kill those sappers.
Brandenburger, vorwärts.
That's his
überall.
leaders. Not exactly sure what went down there.
Den Feind hat's zerlegt.
Securing's probably good as well, because
Macht euch kampfbereit.
Kamerad am Boden. Sani. Sturmgruppe
let's focus
bereit.
down the sappers, because that's his leader. So if we can take away the veterancy, they're going to be easy to kill. Easier to kill.
Kamerad am Boden. Sani.
I also want to relieve these two positions. M4A3's up on the hill. That is more the problem. Don't really want to get them in combat. Yeah, I need to get AT guns in there. Okay, we've relieved this position, which is really,
Sammeln. Befehlsaufgabe.
really important for me. And I've got loads of infantry coming in.
Gestellt. Taxi bereit.
I'm going to try and get them up to that flag. I definitely want to relieve that position there, and I want AT guns over on this side, or the hill.
Achtung, der Feind ist in der
And
Nähe.
then we're going to bring in some more AA. Remember, off-map as well. Okay, this is bad, because they control...
Keine Vorkommnisse. Taxi, dort müssen wir hin.
Where are you going? Okay, this is bad. They're going to get shot at. Okay, they're getting away with it. Marders,
Jagdpanzer
push
bereit.
forwards, Stug push forwards. We've got a lot of support on that side now.
Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle. Taxi, dort müssen wir hin.
I really want... Let's go... Bring in another anti-tank unit. And... I kind of want artillery.
Befehl Hauptmann. Absitzen, sofort. Vorsichtig, Männer, der Feind ist in der Nähe. Infanterie bereit.
Unten bleiben! Wir geben auf!
Luckily that was a recon version, so he was able to spot it.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt?
Something went down. Get the Stug in.
Angriff!
Feind in der Nähe, beschützt die Artillerie.
Noch ein Treffer und es ist aus!
Flak bereit.
Take APCR off for these guys.
Gute Arbeit,
Don't
Lichtschütze.
need it.
Bereit, einem Panzer den Garaus zu machen.
Wir wurden getroffen!
Sappers on the hill.
Siegpunkt erreicht. Raus mit euch!
Los, Jungs.
Don't exactly know where those tank units are, but he has that little forest.
Er hat uns erwischt.
I don't really have the units to take that back, so I'm not going to bother. I'm going to bring a Stug in here. Artillery is probably the best way to do that. More vehicles. My Stug went down. I do have Marders in here, though.
Die Gruppe erwartet Ihre Befehle.
He's using lots of light vehicles. At the moment, we're okay with the light vehicles.
Auf der Suche nach Beute.
I'm going to say, I'm going to turn the APCR back on for the Shermans, and I'm going to get these Marders firing at much closer range.
ist Waffen und Munition. Sanitäter! Auf Befohlen ist Ziel, Feuer! Jawohl, Kommandant.
Okay, we need off map.
Zieh den Arsch an, Hans.
Artilleriebeobachter ist unterwegs. Bitte, nicht schießen!
He's 14 temp.
Koordinaten erhalten. Feuer nach eigenem Ermessen. Gibt es Neuigkeiten? Bodenstelle. Greife jetzt an. Los. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt. Wie sieht es dort mit Flak aus? Brecher ab, Ende.
He's moving out the off map. Good work.
Nichts wie raus hier!
Ja, Kommandant. An dieser Position müssen wir raus. Sanitäter!
Good work by him so far. He's pushed that pretty successfully.
Den Feind nehmen wir im Handstreich.
Ich höre, Hauptmann.
15-9 and need to get that back.
Warten auf Luft- oder Bodenziele. Vorwärtsmänner, aber seid schussbereit.
Oh, I don't... No, I didn't order them in there.
Bereit, Panzer zu knacken.
Nichts wie raus hier! Jawohl, Herr Kommandant.
He's gonna take that.
Deckung!
It's a really good push from his units right now.
Müssen ausweichen.
Let's use a Dornier.
Hier nur ein Ziel. Wir stehen unter Beschuss!
I'm gonna bring in some Panzerfaust.
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
Maybe he only had those 38Js.
Panzer zur Stelle.
Köpfe runter!
Hoffentlich entdeckt uns der Feind nicht im offenen Gelände.
Scheiße, es hat einen erwischt.
We do have a second off map.
Ende. Guter Schuss. Feuer eröffnen.
Looks like a center push again. 15 minutes.
Ein Abschussring mehr.
Den Feind hat's zerlegt. Vorgeschobener Beobachter bereit.
KM Fuhrer is going to have to do the job for me.
Breiter Hauptmann.
Der Sieg liebt die Sorgfalt.
Scheiße, hat einen erwischt. Wir brechen auf. Ich höre. Halte Ausschau nach Angriffszielen.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Taxi, dort müssen wir hin. Bereit für
Can't really rush the infantry through while the
in der Nähe.
tanks have the open ground. I really need to get more tanks over here.
Wie lauten die Befehle?
Still got the rockets.
Pauke, greifen jetzt an.
Ohne Tritt. Marsch.
Verstanden. Vorwärtsmänner, aber seid schussbereit.
Zieh den Arsch an, Hans.
Wir können nicht mehr.
Feuer bereit.
Let's just go defensive fire this area.
Zur Stelle.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Wir brauchen eine gute Feuerstellung.
Zieh den Arsch ein, Hans. Wir begeben uns zur Koordinate.
Let's go with another Dornier. Okay, we need to get him off this 15-9.
Sturmgruppe bereit.
He's about to go 16-8 as well.
An dieser Position müssen wir raus. Absitzen, sofort. Los, Jungs, Augen auf. Wir haben Verlust erlitten.
Schlachtflieger bereit. Ich hau ab.
Ein Abschussring mehr. Ruhe, herhören. Taxi, dort müssen wir hin. Guter Schuss.
Okay, all Stugs to the front now.
Wo wir sind, wird gestorben.
Need to get him off this 16-8.
Sammeln. Befehlsaufgabe.
Off map, possible off map.
Deckung.
Okay, that's fine.
Achtung, Feind im Nahbereich.
Geschütz überprüft und einsatzbereit.
Kamerad am Boden. Sunny.
Shit, I lost to Brandenburg. Fuck, I'm gonna lose flags if I'm not careful.
Zum Schützenrodel aufgehen, mir nach.
Was können wir für Sie tun? Der brennt lichterloh. Mann, war das knapp.
Oh,
Ran zum Gefecht.
Taxi, dort müssen wir hin.
my lack of on-road vehicles is hurting me right now.
Hoch auf dem gelben Wagen.
Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen. Das wird ein Kinderspiel.
What is going on here?
Einsatzbereit. Zur Marschformation aufgehen.
It's like it's just out of range.
Gebt mir Morphium.
Der ist hinüber. Staffel erwartet Befehle.
Taxi, dort müssen wir hin.
Come on, 15-9. Need to get him off this 15-9. 14-10, that's right.
Lanzer zur Stelle.
Yes, armor crack there.
An dieser Position müssen wir raus.
Fertig machen, Männer.
Good work.
Feind gesichtet. Ziel auffassen.
Bodenstelle.
Yeah, let's start with the tactic that we came here for.
Hoch auf dem gelben Wagen.
Wo werden wir gebraucht?
Didn't mean to move that MG42, but still.
Vorgefahren ist es aus. Auf Mann.
Kamerad, jetzt heißt es wieder. Ran.
Verdammt! Es hat mich erwischt.
Feind gesichtet. Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen.
Treffer. Versenkt. Immer eine Hand weit Wasser unterm Kiel.
Geben Sie mir nur ein Ziel. Kehren zurück zum Fliegerhorst.
Geschütz einsatzbereit.
Ich habe getroffen.
Vorwärts, aber schließt die Flanken.
Guter Schuss.
Lass mich raus. Ich will nach Hause. Lass mich gehen.
Ich höre.
Zieh den Arsch ein, Hans.
Achtung, Feind im Nahbereich.
Okay,
Alle Mann an Deck. Neue Befehle.
need to get them all vetted.
Spähtrupp bereit. Wachsam bleiben.
Wie sieht's aus, Hauptmann?
Staffel erwartet Befehle.
Ooh, luckily I think we avoided that off map then.
Ich hau ab. Das hat gesessen. Rückwärts, Marsch. Komm zum Feind.
Der brennt lichterloh. Wir brauchen eine gute Feuerstellung.
Lass Lasst mich raus. Ich will nach Hause. Lasst mich gehen.
Volltreffer!
2 minutes.
Zerstört! An dieser Position müssen wir raus.
So langsam vermisst man die salzige Seeluft.
1 sapper left there.
Knapp. Angriff! Marschbereitschaft hergestellt. Mann, war das knapp. Keine Vorkommnisse.
Hoch auf dem gelben Wagen.
Wir haben keine Geschosse mehr.
Yeah, we're out of 25 cheap point infantry.
Zu Ihren Diensten, Herr Kommandant.
Treffer. Perfekt. Los, kommen wir mal. Beim Feind.
Wie lautet Ihr Befehl, Hauptmann? Die Punkt erreicht.
Come on, get the kill. We are cheesing the kill there.
Kamerad, jetzt heißt es
Good
wieder.
work.
Autobahn an Deck. Neue Befehle.
This is going to save me. We need a KM Führer up there. And you know what? We need some Maro.
Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt?
That is going to save me, that right there. He's going to hate that as well.
Wie wäre es mit
I'm just going to put that
Trommelfeuer?
on counter battery for now. In fact, defensive fire over here is really nice.
Ziel zerstört.
We got breathing space now. We got a lot of breathing space.
Hauptmann, Feuerbereitschaft hergestellt.
There's my Stug. Race through. Look at the breathing space we got right now.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat
Let's
mich
go
erwischt.
upvet these for AA. Let's get more in the center and we can start using our Dorniers.
Der Tod kommt von oben.
We really need to take out his AA as well.
Keine Vorkommnisse.
Kamerad, jetzt heißt es wieder. Ran. Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt? Kehren zurück zum Fliegerort.
So we really need to start concentrating on his AA.
Taxi.
I think it was right there. Okay, here come the Maro. Don't need them.
Flak bereit.
An dieser Position müssen wir
Okay, we'll
raus.
just have them there for now.
Jawohl, Herr Kommandant.
Let's get some artillery up. We're really now... If I can take out his AA, we can win this game. Left is a little bit weak, so let's hope he doesn't really go there. In fact, let's bring this over to the right.
Feind gesichtet.
Rabe 4. Warte auf Einsatzbefehl.
Den verpassen wir gleich eine Feindseite.
Ich höre.
Lass mich raus. Ich will nach Hause. Lass mich gehen. Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Waffen scharf.
Was gibt's, Leitstelle?
Kehren zurück zum Fliegerort.
Habe verstanden. Ende.
Ganze Batterie. Feuerschlag. Geben Sie mir nur ein Ziel. Feuer eröffnen.
Okay, good work.
Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt?
Passt auf euch auf, Kameraden.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt.
Right.
Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
I think there was one, like, over there. Okay, we should be able to push for surrenders here.
Sanitäter! Wir haben die gesamte Munition aufgebraucht.
Yeah, there it is. Let's get our AA up.
Mann, war das knapp.
Pretty sure it was in that area there, although they were just
Bereitschaft hergestellt.
stuff.
Arschbacken
I want these to move
Feuer
across a
einstellen
bit.
Und den Glauben im Blick.
Also get the KM Führer up there on the hill.
Fertig machen zum Sprung. Wir greifen gleich an.
Langsam zur Stelle.
Sanitäter! Heimat, so weit von hier. Heimat, dich grüßen wir.
Artillery. 1410 still. God, that gave me a heart attack when I saw that.
Höre Sie klar und deutlich. Viel Feind, viel Air.
Der Motor überhitzt. Und ich ebenso.
Offizier an Deck. Angriff, ran, versenkt. Überprüft Waffen und Munition.
So we got Maros here. What's the chance we can get around there? Let's throw out a recon plane and let's see what's there.
Aufklärer zu Ihren Diensten.
Feind direkt vor eigener Stellung.
Nachschub, rollt.
Okay, so there's tanks there.
Klasse, Ziel zerstört.
So I reckon we can get over there.
Hat jemand ein Taxi bestellt?
Seid im Vorfeld, bereit machen.
Rot 1 an alle. Funküberprüfung. Kommen.
Right, our AT guns are so far behind now, we're going to have to get them up.
Ah, es hat mich... Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt.
Braucht jemand Munition?
I'm going to put one of them on counter battery.
Zieh den Arsch
Yeah,
ein
we should
an.
get that kill with the Skirlings.
Geben wir nur ein Ziel.
Rabe 4, bereit zum Angriff.
Schon
We
unterwegs.
won't get a chart M4A1 kill,
Jawohl,
right?
Hauptmann. Feind gesichtet. Seid auf der Hut.
Haha, das hat gesessen.
Go for the cannon. Don't actually need the cannon anymore, but just in case. Yeah, good point. We don't actually need to kill that cannon. I'd rather kill the Voltigears. We could bring the recon in. Yeah, the Maro, they were able to make it. We'll take one up on that hill.
Halbzeit.
Try and get one all the way through as well.
Feind im Nahbereich.
Alle Mann an Deck, neue Befehle.
Okay, 59. I think this is looking pretty good now.
Ah, es hat mich erwischt.
You know what? I'm going to try and get one through there.
Zitti, ascoltate il capitano.
Let's pop some smoke.
Zieh den Arsch ein, Hans.
Weder Freund noch Feind. Nur
17-7, looking very good. Floating a lot of points. Let's get another recon vehicle up. Let's get planes up and ready.
Wie lauten die Befehle?
Do we have more planes? We'll get a fighter up as well. He clearly wasn't running a plane at heavy deck, and that's the surrender. Okay, I think that played into our strategy perfectly. 36 minutes, 27 seconds. He used a lot of light armoured vehicles. So it was Seagate playing the 2nd French. He used a lot of light armoured vehicles, and he just didn't have the infantry on the ground to hold positions. So he'd often push light vehicles past my Brandenburger infantry, and because they were raiders, they quite happily just sit there and hold the flags. So I was just not under pressure for a lot of that game when I really should have been under like a 16-8 for ages. I think if I didn't have those Brandenburgers and if he did use the infantry, I would have been under a 16-8 for a very long time and I would have lost that game. But then I wouldn't have been as passive as I was. Because I had those flags, I knew I had time to just let the clock burn down, and it wasn't until towards the end when he pushed that right with a pretty nice push through that I started to become a lot more aggressive with the use of those 20-point infantry to just overwhelm the area. So I didn't. That was the point where I was feeling pressure, and if there'd have been a difference earlier on, I'd have been doing that earlier on. Let's look at the kills. The PaK 177 did its job, especially against these light tanks. It can work really well. The Stugs definitely kind of out-muscled the M5s. Here we go, more Stug 3Gs out-muscling M5s. The SIG worked well against the cannons on the top of the hill and the HMG. Just perfect use of that unit, or perfect outcome for that unit. Brandenburger infantry, they held really well. There's a one-on-one fight against the sappers, and although they kind of lost a lot of men, I think just because of their vet, they were able to not be suppressed after the sappers threw the satchel charge, and the Brandenburgers were able to get the kill. He clearly didn't have a plane heavy deck, because if he did, he would have been absolutely destroyed in the skies with the amount of AA I had on there, and the Flak 41s just decimated the vehicles on the ground. Brandenburger infantry again doing really well with the commander sappers kill. Was that commander sappers or a leader sappers? I reckon that's a lead. Yeah, that's just a leader. It's the way that the French name them. They name their leaders like commandants, so you kind of think they're commanders and not leaders, but that was a leader because I'm sure the commandant sapper is not a commander. Any other useful kills that we had here? The Pak 40s did really well for me, but he was just amassing light vehicles. Yeah, look at these Pak 40s. So we were just able to sit back, take nice positions in the tree lines, and hammer home the advantage of sitting on the defence. And it wasn't until he really pushed me on that right-hand side that we started to get into action with those 20-point infantry and really push forwards. We did get the Maro on the battlefield, but unfortunately we didn't get them into a fight as such. A bit of a shame, but there we have it. 36 minutes, 27 seconds.